Hi everybody, it's Delusion Dispeller. I'm going to bring you another video review, this time of the Chris Watts murder situation, where he is giving a very unconvincing plea to get his family back. It's definitely unlike anything I've ever seen, where the person giving the plea is not guilty of their murder. And I'm going to talk to you about that a little bit. As I play it, I'm going to make some comments throughout. So I will be pausing it in between and making comments. So here we go. I do want to make a note of the body language, the eye movements, the lips, what his lips are doing, visible things that you can see that definitely show you that something's not on the up and up. And also at one point in the video, at 6 minutes and 13 seconds, he gulps. I believe that is when he gulps loud enough that you can hear it, because he's uncomfortable about all this questioning that's going on. So he's trying to get out of that interview as quick as he can. You can hear him trying to talk very quickly throughout the interview. It's just a very disturbing thing, and a lot of people have drawn attention to how hokey this whole plea for bringing them back, his family that he murdered, actually was. So here we go. Like I said, I'll be stopping it in between to make comments.
What's going on right now around your house?
Right now, you got K9 units, the sheriff's department. Everybody's like they're doing their best right now to figure out like if they can get a scent and see where they went.
Now, if you notice kind of that smirky face that he made, kind of to see where they went, like, yeah, right, you're never gonna find out where they are. I got all of you duped. I got you all busy looking around, and nothing's gonna come of this type of look on his face, in my interpretation. The rest of what he says on this part is very telling. Listen to what he gives away by the clues.
They went on foot, they went in a car, they went somewhere.
If they went on foot, if they went in a car, they went somewhere. He didn't say if they went somewhere. He said they went somewhere. And because he knows where they are. Obviously, he's hiding things. He thinks he's hiding things, but yet he knows in his mind, he knows exactly what went on because he's responsible for it.
And right now, it's just like they've been on point. They're going through the house trying to get a scent. And
this dude kind of floors me, I guess. He's like, right now, they've been on point. Like, yeah, they're getting closer. It's almost like playing the game of hotter, colder. They've been on point. Who says that? Who even talks like this man? I have never met anybody that speaks in the way this guy does. And I don't know if he always talked like that or spoke like that. But in this interview, this plea for return type of thing, he talks really oddly. He uses very odd words, which tells me he probably has a little bit of histrionic personality disorder going on. He's definitely narcissistic, there's no doubt about that. And we already know sociopathic, psychopathic tendencies are there. I'm interested to hear what they find out when they do the psychological evaluation, if we even hear about it.
Hopefully they can pick something up to where it's going to lead to something.
What happened?
Hopefully they can pick something up where it's going to lead to something. In other words, I'm wondering if maybe he's saying that because as much as he's trying to hide it, he just wants everything all over with so that he doesn't have to answer questions anymore. He doesn't have to think about what he did anymore because it probably haunts him. You know, I don't know how much of a conscience psychopaths and serial killers and all of them have, but I would imagine at some point there's some sort of thing that kicks in to make them realize, you know, you're an awful person for what you did to that person. So, you know, it's just a big thing to him that he just wants this all over with. He wants them to be found on one hand, and on the other hand he doesn't. That's my interpretation.
What's
She came home from the airport at 2 a.m. and I left around 5:15. She was still here, and like about 12:10 in that afternoon, her friend Nicole showed up at the door. Like I had texted Shannann a few times that day, called her, say, but she never got back to me. But she wasn't getting back to any of her people as well.
Okay, this part here where he says she's still here. If it was me and I was telling the story, I'd say, yeah, I came back and she was still at home. He says she's still here. Does that mean that at that point he knows he hasn't killed her yet? It just makes you wonder. And now here he talks about how she hasn't gotten back to her people yet. Again, who talks like that? Her people. You can almost hear the objectification in the way he says that.
Well, and that's what really concerned a lot of people, is like, if she's not getting back to her, like, if she doesn't get back to me, that's fine, like, she gets busy during the day, but she didn't get back to her people, which was very concerning. And Nicole called me when she was at the door, and that's when I came home.
Now, what people was he talking about? And I had to think about this a minute. Did he mean her people as in she hasn't contacted her family, her friends? Or did he mean her people as in the business that she was running? But she was with her people, She had just gotten back from a trip with her people. She was at the Thrive convention. That's where she went. So what is he talking about? She didn't get back to her people. And if you have any conjectures on that, let me know. But I know from being in home-based businesses that I never called my members, my downline, my people. They were my friends. They were my coworkers. They were fellow members, but they weren't my people. Ugh, it makes your skin crawl how he objectifies people.
And then walked in the house and nothing was vanished. Nothing was here.
I walked in the house and nothing, it's vanished. Nothing was here. Vanished? Come on, at this point he supposedly doesn't even know that his wife and children are dead. He just knows that they're missing. At this point, somebody that really lost somebody that didn't kill them would say, I walked in the house and it felt awful and it was terrifying to be in there without my family and I just want them back. And they'd be crying by now. Not him. He's just like telling a story. I walked in and nothing. They just vanished. Yes, they just vanished into thin air because he made them vanish. Oh my gosh. And this incenses me listening to this crap. I'm sorry, I've got to say that because that's what it is.
She wasn't here. The kids weren't here. Nobody was here.
She wasn't here. The kids weren't here. Nobody was here. And watch his face drop. I'm going to rewind that a little bit because he knows they're not there because he made them not there.
And then walked in the house and nothing was vanished. Nothing was here. She wasn't here. The kids weren't here. Nobody was here.
What's your wife's name?
Shannann. Shannann.
What's your kids?
Bella and Celeste.
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 There's a gulp.
Bella's 4, Celeste.
Did you guys 3. Catch that? There's the first gulp. You can hear it visibly. Listen. No, there it is.
Bella's 4, Celeste is 3.
Ugh.
And so, how many times did you try calling her?
I called her 3 times, texted her about 3 times, just to say, what's going on. Like because after I called her and texted her once, it's like maybe she was just busy. Like she'd just gotten back. Like everybody's probably calling her from her trip. She just got back from Arizona.
He's gonna wipe his lip because he's probably drooling from all his lies.
But when her friend showed up, that's what it was like. It registered. Like, all right, this isn't right.
No, it's not right because you killed him, you murderer.
I mean, right now I don't even want to just like throw anything out there. Like, I hope that she's somewhere safe right now.
Okay, right now, I just don't want to throw anything out there. Yeah, you don't want to throw any clues out there because you don't want us to find out that you were the murderer. My God, I'm seriously, I've never seen anything like this. Of course, I don't watch a lot of these things, but my daughter actually was the one that posted this on her Facebook. And I was like, oh, well, nice couple, nice looking family. I'll check it out. And then when I heard that he allegedly murdered them, I was like, oh my God, seriously? What is with this world we live in? Ugh. Okay, hold on. I'm losing my train of thought because I'm so incensed by that. I'm so angry about it. Alright, so right now I just, like, don't even want to throw anything out there. Like, I hope that they're safe. I believe that's what he said. I hope that she's somewhere safe right now.
And with the kids.
And with the kids.
But, I mean, could she event? Could she just taken off?
Now, this is interesting. I hope that she's somewhere safe right now. And with the kids. When they found their bodies, she wasn't with the kids. The kids were thrown into oil tanks. And she was thrown in a shallow grave nearby. But she's not with the kids. And he knows it.
I don't know, but if somebody has her and they're not safe, like, I want them back now.
And if somebody has her and they're not safe, I want them back now. So he can blame some invisible man or woman for killing his family and kids. And he wants them back now because he deserves them. Well, he shouldn't have killed them and he would have had them, right? And thankfully, they don't have to deal with him anymore. But what a heinous way to end your life. Oh my God. I mean, there's no way you can report this story if you have a heart without just really getting worked up about it, because it's just insane. Alright. Now, he says, could she have just vanished? Or could she have just taken off? Just vanished. There's that word again, vanished. Nothing. Nobody was here. They just vanished. Unreal.
Like, that's what's in my head. Like, if they're safe right now, they're going to come back.
What I don't get is, when somebody is missing, you don't usually hear somebody say, well, you know, if they're safe, they're going to come back. Well, duh, that kind of goes without saying. He's trying to throw people off the trail. Because, yeah, if they're safe, they're going to come back. Everybody knows that. But you know that they're not safe, Chris. So why are you acting like, you know, you have no clue? Well, we know why, because you're a crazy nut. Psychopathic nut job.
But if they're not safe right now, that's the not knowing part. Like,
if they're not safe right now, that's the not knowing part. Again, who on earth talks like that? That's the not knowing part. I've heard a lot of people interviewed when their family members disappeared. I have never heard anybody in my entire lifetime say, well, that's the not knowing part. You know he's guilty just by the way he talks.
If they're not safe, last night I had every light in the house on. I was hoping that I would just ran over by the kids running in the door, just like
guy, hero,
it didn't happen.
husband,
and it was just a
hero,
traumatic
father.
night trying to be here.
It was a nightmare trying to be here. I bet it was, and there's the gulp again, guys. There it is. Hang on, because his story's getting thick here, and he knows he's full of, you know what.
But it didn't happen, and it was just a traumatic night trying to be here.
Traumatic night. Gulp.
Relationship with the kids.
I mean, yeah, my kids are my life.
Because he's a liar.
I mean, those smiles light up my life. And there's like, I mean, last night, like during when they usually eat dinner, it was just like I missed them. Like, I mean, I missed telling them, hey, you got to eat that, or you're not gonna get your dessert. You know, and just like you're not gonna get your snack after. I missed that. Like I missed them. You know,
again,
cuddle up on
the
their
hero.
couches. They have like a Minnie Mouse couch and a Sophia couch that they cuddle up on and watch, you know, Bubble Guppies or something. And it was just like, you know, I was. It was tearing me apart last night.
Yeah, tearing you apart. That's why you're smiling.
And for nobody to be here last night and to go into their rooms and know that I wasn't going to turn the rain machines on. And know that I wasn't going to turn their monitor on. Know I wasn't going to kiss them to bed tonight. It was. That's why last night was.
Did you catch that? To know I wasn't going to kiss them to bed tonight. That should have told you something right there. Nobody talks like that. To know I wasn't going to kiss them to bed tonight. You would say to know I wasn't going to kiss them goodnight. Or maybe to realize that they weren't home, so I wasn't going to tuck them in. I wasn't going to get to sing to them. And you'd be crying by that point. But he's just like, to know that I'm not going to tuck them in to bed tonight, or however he said it. He's telling you he's not tucking them in tonight because they're not coming home tonight. Because he murdered them. Because he killed them. Yeah, and he knows it. That's why, to know. Because he does know.
It was horrible. I couldn't do it.
It's horrible. He couldn't do it. Couldn't do what? There was nobody there to do anything with. He makes no dang sense.
I want everybody to just come home.
We feel so sorry for you.
That's what
I want everybody to just come home. Why? So you can kill him again?
I want.
Unreal. That's what I want. Because it was always about what Chris wanted. That's the point.
She came back Sunday, said that to you at night.
Yeah,
okay, let me pause this a minute. Now he says to no, I wasn't going to turn their monitor on. I wasn't going to do whatever. At this point, remember, he was pretending he didn't know that they were dead. He was looking for them. He was supposedly waiting for them to come home. Yet he's telling you to know that I'm not going to do this, to know that I'm not going to do that, because he knows.
Her flight got delayed from Arizona because of like other storms around the nation. So she's supposed to get home like 11. She got home at like 1:48. She got in bed about 2.
What was she going for? Like family trip or what?
It was a Thrive direct sales. It was a local event that was down there between a bunch of leaders in the company.
And that day she was back. I mean,
I left work early that morning, like 5:15, 5:30. So like she.
Okay, did you catch that? I left work. Then he said I left for work. Apparently his workplace let him go. Now I don't know if it was before or after the murders, but he did not work there at that point from what I heard. So he left work. He left for work. He said that twice, 2 different ways.
She barely got into bed pretty much.
She'd barely gotten into bed. I wonder if that's because he didn't let her get into bed, or he killed her once she got into bed. I don't know, but that's very telling too.
This might be a tough question, but did you guys get into an argument before she left?
It wasn't like an argument. We had an emotional conversation, but I'll leave it at that. But it's.
I bet you'll leave it at that. You don't want anybody to know that you plan on killing her.
I just want them to come back, and if they're not safe right now, that's what's tearing me apart. Because
here we go again with the if they're not safe right now. Nobody says that over and over like he does. He's trying to throw people off of the track. If they're not safe right now, now listen to how he phrases this next part. This is chilling.
They are safe, they're coming back.
If they are safe, they're coming back.
This has got to stop. Like, somebody has to come forward.
If they are safe, they're coming back. But if they're not, this has got to stop. Like, somebody has to come forward. In other words, someone needs to come take the blame. Because he's not guilty, of course. Which we know he is.
You spoke to her family, like her parents?
Yeah, they've been in constant contact, like, every hour. I mean, everybody back in North Carolina and the East Coast. I mean, from Maine to Florida.
What is her parents saying to you? Like,
they're just like if they need to get on a flight, just let them know. Because I mean, they feel helpless right now because they're on the opposite side of the country. I mean, Colorado is. I mean, you can't just drive around and look. I mean, it's just like.
Now that is weird. You can't just drive around and look. Again, he's drawing attention to everything that he just did, if you pay attention carefully. Who says that? You can't just drive around and look. People don't draw attention to the fact that people are looking for their deceased people. They draw attention to the fact that they're mourning them, that they miss them, that they hope they find them. They don't say, well, you can't just get out in Colorado and drive around and look. He's drawing a lot of attention to the fact that they're looking for those bodies.
You wouldn't really know what you're looking for. That's what the cops pretty much told me. That first day, I was like, I want to get out and drive around.
You wouldn't really know what you're looking for. That's what the cops pretty much told me, which he cuts himself off. And then makes himself the hero again, because he was going to get out and wanted to look for them. It's just sickening.
You won't know what to look for.
Last couple questions. What is law enforcement? What have the police or the sheriffs or your neighbors? Is anybody? What's police saying to you?
Right now, this is what they're doing right now is with the canines in the sense, I think this is the biggest thing. This is the biggest thing they've done so far, because yesterday Frederick Police Department did all the searching of the house and tried to gather whatever information they could. And with the detectives, officers, and sergeants, and today it's, I mean, obviously with all the activity that's around, there's a lot going on around here, and I really hope that all of this can lead to something positive.
What did your neighbors, did they see anything? Did you ever see anything?
No, like the police department went door to door asking, like, cameras and everything, just like nothing.
And my last question, if you have any though, so feel free to step in. My last question is, if your wife can see this, if she can watch these, what would you like to tell your wife?
What do you want to tell your wife?
Shannann, Bella,
Closes
Celeste,
his eyes.
if you're out there, just come back. Like, if somebody has her, just please bring her back. I need to see everybody. I need to see everybody.
He needs to see everybody, so he closes his eyes when he says
without
it.
anybody here.
Really?
Bring her back.
Alright guys, hang on. I'm going to rewind to one part here. The gulp.
Police.
I want to show you
sheriffs,
something.
or
Keep
your
watching.
neighbors, is anybody, what's police saying to you?
There's the
Right now,
gulp.
this is what they're doing right now is with the canines in the sense. I think this is the biggest thing. This is the biggest thing they've done so far, because yesterday Frederick Police Department did all the searching of the house and tried to gather whatever information they could.
Okay. At that point, he says they tried to gather whatever information they could. He almost said remains. You know where his head is at that point. They tried to gather whatever information they could. I don't know how many people caught that, but I caught it. And he's given himself away through this whole entire supposed plea for them to come back. And this is just, like I said, disturbing on so many levels. Just evil. Evil, evil, evil. There's a lot of conjectures that maybe this diet patch that they were both on caused him to go berserk. Maybe he was a narcissist that, you know, felt narcissistic rage because he asked for a separation and his wife apparently wanted to try to hold things together and he didn't. Who knows? But this is the most heinous, not the most, there's a lot of heinous stuff out there, but it's one of the most heinous, disgusting, disturbing stories I have ever heard. I mean, it's not a fake story, it's true. And he did murder those precious little girls, his pregnant wife, and then sat there and tried to act like he knew nothing about what had happened, like he wanted them to come home, like he was so lonely and miserable without them. Oh my God. This is a psychopath, as far as I'm concerned, and a sociopath, and he had other relationships on the side. He was cheating on her all along, possibly had a homosexual affair or more. This is just unbelievable. I'm thanking my daughter now for making me aware of this story, because I've been following it since I heard about it. And it's just definitely a warning to women out there. Be very careful who seems charming and debonair and the man of your dreams, because years later, this was 8 years later, the mask comes off and you may not be around to tell your story. Thanks for watching. I'm so sorry I had to bring you this morbid situation, but I wanted you to know what I saw in this video. I love your comments and questions, and whatever I can answer, I will. I don't know a whole lot other than what you see on here, but it's unreal. Have a blessed day, everybody, in spite of all this craziness that goes on in our world.